And welcome back, everyone. This will be a fun little one. Again, we're going to see some of the cards. We can never expect too much outside of these, but we got some pretty cool cards. Facing on this one, we have a cool Kobe. So we know we're hitting a Kobe and a Larry Bird. And so, again, you never know what's inside these. Typically, it's never very good. But it also says, guys, there is no reprints. Sorry, my camera's in the way. All original and a great price. And they wouldn't lie, would they? So let's dig the knife in. See if we can get this without cutting any cards or fingers, for that matter. Looks like we've done pretty good here. There we go. Sometimes we just need a nice, easy basic. It is pretty funny, though. For $2.99. All right. Let's just go through a stack here. Oh, look at that. We got star picks. Magic Johnson kicking it off. We'll just throw that one up there just because it's here. Actually, got to get rid of that thing. That's just going to ruin the zooming. Look at this. It's funny because I couldn't really see. 3780. Maybe they'll give us the whole set. Smith. And these are crazy to me because they made it so it was super hard to read the name straight on. Glenn Robinson. I mean, that could be the best one we see in here. Montrose. Definitely everybody's heard of him. Smith. Marshall. Charlie Ward. There you go. Make it so everybody can read it. Hey, Jason Kidd. You can see all the names right there. And then that Karl Malone. That's just a Bay Stadium club. Jason Kidd's not too bad. All right. David Robinson, everybody's favorite. Crashed the game. The good old days where you could send stuff in and you'd get stuff back at a timely fashion, even complete sets. Hakeem the Dream in the gold. And that's actually not too bad. Williams. David Robinson in that 50-point club. Not really an insert or anything. I'll throw that one over there. Fitzsimmons, Byron Scott, Muggsy Bogues. Ooh, they threw an SP in there even. Person, Green, Thompson, McKee, Frank Johnson. Oh, we might as well move those to the front. We know these aren't going to be. Vin Baker, Patrick Ewing. This in your face. Why not throw us the Jordan one of the in your face? Jackson. Smith. At first, when I took a glance, I thought this was the Jordan. Before, anyways. Jennings. Classic. Everybody remembers these old hoops. This is going to be a memory lane rip. Probably not going to be the best value rip. Well, I guess for $3. Thornton, Ainge, Anderson, Wilkins. European player, Rossini. On Anderson, Corbin, Fat Lever. You know, that's a name I don't recognize. Larry Johnson. Hakeem the Dream. Jerome Kersey. Cards get bent. They kind of ruin the stack over here. Yeah, Mark Price. Lane. And there was that slam dunk Sean Kemp. And that's actually an insert. But they decided to throw that on there to beat up all the corners, apparently. Recruits. Alonzo Mourning. Some more bent up cards like crazy. So this is that one-word contender. But again, the ones on the outside of these packages are just destroyed. So Force, Edge, 1999. Richard Hamilton. Bender, Baron Davis, Jason Terry, Ron Artest. Oh, we're hearing a few. We know a few guys out of that one. I think Kobe is in this one, isn't he? That's the one that we got. Shockwave. Not too much different on there. Clover, sorry. Hey, Paul Pierce. We'll take a Paul Pierce out of that one. Jason Williams. Sean Marion. Posey. Anton Jameson. Some of these guys weren't too bad, huh? Baron Davis. These explosive are actually completely different numbers. This is X1. Shockwave has as an insert 2. Richard Hamilton. Quincy Lewis. And Weiss. I am going to throw this Paul Pierce, though. It's all bent, so we're going to throw it in a top load. Try to straighten that one out, because it's... Can't deny Paul Pierce is pretty good. All right, we got to try to get into this one quick. We know we're getting a Kobe in this one. That actually cuts pretty easily. Of course, using that utility knife doesn't hurt. There we go. Got Pip. The Dream. Ooh, this is the one set I don't want to see. Unless that was a Michael Jordan we saw, then I would have taken it, of course. But all these bent up cards out of the way. Marbury. I'm a fan. Of course, I'm a Minnesota guy, so... Ooh, I like that Barkley there. We all saw it. We couldn't hide it. James Worthy. Davis. Clifford Robinson. Of course, I got to flip them all again. Lenny Wilkins. Kenny Smith. Love the jerseys and the stuff back then. Throw that one over there. Charles Barkley. With that Archives. Nice cheap rip with some cool cards. Derek Smith, Steve Smith, McMillan, Mark Jackson, Dawkins, Chuck Daly, Sam Mitchell, Lenny Wilkins, Sanders, Scottie Pippen. I'm a Pitt fan too, but we don't need to keep throwing those up there. Daly, Skiles, he was traded to Orlando. Steve Kerr, Magic Johnson with USA. I know I had these complete sets of the USA. Well, Walter Davis, Scott Brooks, Howard Elo. North Carolina, you're going to have North Carolina in here, and you're not going to throw in the big man. 92 draft pick, Magic. They're just teasing us with some of these cards, I think. Stoudemire, all dinged up. Stu. John Paxson. Of course, they're not going to throw. The Jordans were probably a lot higher priced back then. Raheem. There's a Ewing. Burton. Is it Benoit? Mullen? Richard. West, Lynch, Johnson, Tucker, Spitz, Benjamin Brooks, Charles. Now that's a card I wasn't expecting to see in here. Obviously a little mark on the side there, but that's still a classic insert for us that open a lot. Definitely love pulling those. You got it more often depending on which one you bought them in, but there's Oakley and then that Larry Bird old school. Lots of old school fun. Obviously, we'll take this Kobe out right away. And that is the Collector's Edge Millennium Collection. Numbered KB1. We already knew we were getting that. So that's kind of our expected hit, we will say. Ooh, look at that. There's some Fleer metal back here. Maybe that Kobe's giving us some. I'm sure it's not going to be the big players. Larry Johnson. Ellis. Sorry, man. I'm trying to make sure the reflection doesn't get everybody. Expansion. Murray. Ryan Grant. Wow. Metal Universe I wouldn't have expected at all, because obviously you got your Fleer Metal, which was that 95-96, but and then a metalized Jerry Stackhouse. Metal Universe is not a cheap set to get in here. Especially got that metalized. I'm going to throw a sleeve on this one quick. Again, we're not talking, you know, $100 inserts here, but I'd know one thing. I was not able to afford the packs of Metal Universe back then. That is for sure. Van Exel, Buck Williams, Smith, Billy Owens, Isaiah, Clyde the Glide. Well, that's an old Clyde. I'll throw him over here. We got enough sitting up there. Sally Carter, Jonathan Bender, Baron Davis, Jason Terry, Richard Hamilton, and Aaron Artest. I mean, really, there was some good fun cards in this one. Nothing too surprising, but since we saw some of the main, but some inserts, obviously the ones on the outside. I mean, I'll quickly just kind of go through. We had the metalized, which I thought was a pretty cool card. Obviously, I'll do this one first. The Kobe Millennium Collection KB1. We got our Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. I don't know if that was miscut or just the Charles Barkley. Got the Marbury, cool Paul Pierce. We got Sean Kemp. For those that haven't seen a lot of these cards in the 90s, you're kind of getting a good perspective. I mean, a lot of these I think are early 90s, except for the college uni ones. Then are the late ones. Charles Barkley, Fleer All-Star. One of the original hoops for the team checklist. Reggie Miller and the Magic Johnson All-Stars. There it is. Our basketball rip for the day. Kind of a different one. We got the new wall. We're going to keep working on it. So, you guys have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. Lots of info.